Okay. Hello, viewers and subscribers to um, the Daniel Star Trek cast. I am your host, Daniel, and oh my God, we've had like a few good episodes of Discovery so far. All right, so we had episode 3. I forgot what the name was of the episode 3, but it was really, really good. Michael Burnham was on a prison vessel, and she was taken. She was taken. She was going to be taken to a penal colony, but then the vessel ran into some things, some bugs. It ran into problems. So they had to take it ran into the Discovery, where the Discovery picked up the shuttle and, deposited Michael Burnham, or got Michael Burnham and the other prisoners. And, they went on the Discovery. This is like the first episode that will be on Discovery, by the way. It was really, really good. I loved it. And, and we find out that the Discovery is like the most advanced ship in the fleet, even more advanced than the Enterprise. I loved it. I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. It's more powerful than the NCC 1701. So yeah, that's great. And so they go on the ship, and Michael Burnham and 3 other convicts go on the ship, and we find out that the ship is like right off the assembly line. It's like brand new, which is great. I love that. I love new ships. It turns out that they go on Discovery, and Michael Burnham is like they're taken to the mess hall. There's like a security officer, Landry. She takes the prisoners to the mess hall where they eat a little bit, and the mess hall is really cool. They have like these replicators, or food processors. They're so cool. They can make you any food you want, and as long as the ship has energy, it can make you any food you want, which I like. And so yeah, that's awesome. But then so Michael Burnham gets some food, and she goes and says to sit down. Then she gets into a fight. She beats up she beats up a guy and a girl because she's like a martial artist, so she's really powerful. And she knows Vulcan martial arts, so Vulcan martial arts is like really disciplined for that. So there's that. And so she beats up the 2 guys, the 2 assaulters, but then security officer Landry, she takes Burnham to the captain because the captain wants to see her. So Landry takes Burnham to the bridge, where and she takes him to the captain's ready room, where we meet Captain Gabriel Lorca. And I gotta tell you, this is the captain. This is the best. Actually, no. I'm kind of split. Who is the best captain? Sisko. My first and favorite captain is, I don't know whether it's Kirk, Sisko, or this guy Lorca. I like them all. I'm not sure. Okay, I would. You know what? See, I would ask Jacob which is his favorite captain. But he's not here, so yeah. And Dr. Lucas, I would ask him who's his favorite captain, but I'm pretty sure he would say Sisko. Captain Benjamin Sisko. Yeah, he's awesome. I can give you reasons why he is the best captain. Number 1. Okay, going to DS9 for a second. I can tell you why he's the best captain. Number 1, he fought in the Dominion War. Number 2, he fought in the Dominion War, so he took he saw a lot of battle, and he took a lot of lives. He's a warrior. Number two, well, I don't know. I don't know. I can just say, okay, I'll just name a couple. He fought in the Dominion War, and also he's one of the worm. He's an alien. He's a wormhole alien. So for those people who watch DS9, you would know that the wormhole aliens live in the wormhole, and he is part of them. So he's non-linear. At the end of DS9, we find out he's non-linear. So he can travel through time without a starship. He doesn't need a starship. He can travel through time. He can travel to tomorrow or yesterday. So he's non-linear. And he's immortal. He's immortal. So he's immortal. He's non-linear. So everybody who... Oh, hi, Jacob. So everybody who says, oh, Picard is the best captain or Janeway's the best captain, I call bullshit on that because Sisko is the best captain. He fought in the Dominion War, and now he's a wormhole alien. He's been made one of them. So he's non-linear. He can go through time. Say what?
Oh, I'm back.
No, what's up? Yeah.
I have to agree, Lorca is probably the best captain now. Probably out of Sisko, probably.
Yeah.
By far, Lorca...
I was just saying,
amazing.
Yeah, Captain Lorca's awesome.
He's just... the actor-wise, he's brilliant as Captain Lorca. I'm really intrigued to see more of Captain Lorca, to see where he goes from development-wise. And with also Tilly, I'm really intrigued with Tilly to see if she will become captain eventually in Star Trek Discovery, which would be super amazing if she does in episodes down the road.
Yeah. I just don't get it why.
Would you like Tilly to be the captain?
No.
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, she can be a captain of another vessel, I guess, but if this ship is the most advanced ship in the fleet, right? It's the most advanced ship in the fleet, and the Enterprise is second fiddle to this ship. Then why does everybody want to go on the Enterprise? I don't get it. Okay, I know the Enterprise.
Yeah, that is the thing. That is a tough question to answer, but I have to say this Star Trek Discovery has been the best series so far in my eyes. And I have to say why on that, because it brought me into another Star Trek. Don't get me wrong, I love the movies of Star Trek that I've seen before, but this is just a whole new next level of Star Trek, which is brilliant so far. Loving every episode so far.
Yeah. It was just awesome.
Even episode 6 was brilliant. By far, brilliant. How Michael Burnham did the mind thing with Sarek. That was truly inspirational. That was amazing.
Mm-hmm. It was really good.
It was good. I have to say that's the best episode by far.
Mm-hmm. So it was like the Matrix when she went into his mind and they fought in the kung fu shit, fucking martial arts.
Love that scene. That scene was terrific. Even the actress who acted as Spock's mother, she was amazing. I have to applaud her on her amazing job as Spock's mother. She was awesome as Spock's mother. She truly was. I want to see more of her though. I really want to see more of Spock's mother come into the whole Star Trek Discovery. I don't know if we will see her again or if that was just a one-off, but I really do want to see Spock's mother again come into it. Mm-hmm. Do you reckon we'll end up seeing her again?
Yeah, they said she would come in season 2, but I don't know why. They say like she came in now, so okay.
Yeah.
Was, but you know what? Yeah, so I think my favorite captain would have to be, I don't know. I mean, this new guy would um. No, wait, hold on a second. I like this new guy. I like this new guy. He seems very roguish. He's not like your Picard type captain who follows the rules. Because that kind of captain is boring. Yeah, that kind of captain won't work today for today's audiences, like Next Generation. I know. Like a steampunk would disagree and say, "Oh no, no, everybody like Next Generation. That was the highest rated show." Bullshit. I mean, today's different time, different day and age. I mean, it's not going to work for today's audiences. Even Dr. Lucas agrees with me. He's like, it's not going to work for today's audiences.
It
So
has to be more. It has to be more audience wise instead of how it was back in the old days. Because how it was in the old days, it was like so cerebral, as you have always stated in your cast, Daniel. And with this Star Trek, it's more stable, but bending the rules a bit, if you know what I mean. Like it's just, yeah, it's doing its own kind of dark and gritty kind of stuff what we want in a Star Trek series, but it's showing its heights in this series, Star Trek Discovery, and it's doing amazing so far. And this is why we are getting a series 2, which is awesome, and that just proves that this is doing really well so far. Star Trek Discovery is doing really well so far, and I want to applaud the actors, the cast, the writers of Star Trek Discovery. They are truly doing a fantastic job. So on behalf of Daniel Star Trek cast, you guys are doing a fantastic job, and keep it up. Star Trek Discovery is really something.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's a really awesome show. It's a really cool modern Star Trek. And I know a lot of fans complain, but hey, Star Trek has to move along with the times, and
Totally agree.
For the old fans who complain, hey, you know what? It's not like your old Star Trek is gone. I mean, you can buy it on DVD.
Exactly. You can still support Star Trek in a way, like buying the old on DVD and supporting Star Trek in your way and your opinions and stuff. But with this new Star Trek, it brings in new Star Trek fans along with the old Star Trek fans also to see if they do want to get into this new Star Trek era.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, it's awesome. So I was saying that I think I don't know, for me, I like this new captain. This new captain is awesome. He's much better than Picard. That's for sure.
He takes risks. This new captain takes risks, which is what we want in a captain in Star Trek.
Yeah, he's bold. He's bold. He's not like a blah blah guy like Patrick Stewart Picard. He wasn't like that. He's bold. He takes risks, and he's a great man. But see, I don't know. I don't know which is better for me. I think Cisco would have to take the cake because Cisco is non-linear. He's immortal. Now he's immortal because he's ascended to a height. Well, he's one of the aliens now. At the end of DS9, he became a wormhole alien. And they're non-linear, so they can travel to the past, they can travel to the future. And they don't age like human beings, so Cisco is immortal. And that's what, I mean, that's what makes him, that alone makes him the best captain in my book. So, yeah, but this Lorca would have to be like very close second. Yeah, he's awesome. I love this guy. Are you there?
What did you like about episode 4, 5, and 6? Onto the
well, okay. Episode 4. Episode 4. What was episode 4 again?
Episode 4 was. I'll get up the title name. Give me a second. Just bear with me, viewers.
Yeah, sorry about that. I got a bad memory.
Episode 4 was called Episode 4, The Butcher's Knife. I think
Oh
that's
yeah,
it.
the butcher's knife cares not for the lamb's cry. That was I like that episode. It was pretty cool. Yeah, that was good. Was that the one where Lorca was captured, or was that episode 5? I'm not sure. I forgot. Oh crap! Sorry, my brain doesn't work properly tonight. Darn it. The butcher's knife cares not for the lamb's cry. Let's see. Okay, so episode 3 was when she came on the ship. Episode 4. Oh yeah, was that the one where like they had to let go of the tardigrade because no, that was episode 5. Oh shit, I'm gonna check it out 1 second. But I gotta say, this season is so good so far. Let's see. Oh crap! Sorry, slow computer. So yeah, it's really good so far. You know, I know people complain, but hey, whatever. It's new Trek, and you know, hey, it's been renewed for a second season. I'm pretty sure it'll be renewed for a 3rd season too. Oh shit! Hello?
I'm still here. I'm just doing something for a minute. Bear with Daniel, viewers. He's just looking up what the episode was about.
Yeah, sorry about that. But I just gotta really, you know, I forget certain things.
I do have a slight image of what it was about episode 4. It was when Michael Burnham discovered that the tardigrade was in the ship. Remember?
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Episode 4 was when they found the USS Glenn, and they found out that the tardigrade was in the USS Glenn, which was great, and that creature killed like a whole bunch of Klingons, which was pretty cool. I like that idea. You know, I like that they try to capture this creature to weaponize it, and because apparently this thing was like virtually indestructible.
It could talk with the spores too. In episode 4, it could talk with the spores, which I found really interesting. When it was in that forest and it was like eating like all the these things up, like all the spores up, and it was like they figured out that it was like communicating with the spores, which was really interesting.
It was awesome. It was awesome when it could communicate with the spores, and it was just really, really good. And but yeah, so I thought that that
Klingon in episode 4 that got sentenced to not sentenced to execution, but sentenced on that like Starfleet ship. You know, at the very end, how he was like by Supreme whatever by the top leader of the Klingons. He was like they sentenced him to stay on the Starfleet. That something happened with him, and basically he had to stay on the ship completely, and he has to give up everything. One of the Klingons said, which I found really interesting. So I'm like, ooh, that would be really cool.
There's a theory out there that his name is Voq, that albino Klingon Voq, Voq. Voq they say that Voq is Lieutenant Ash Tyler.
Ooh.
They're like, oh yeah, he has to give up everything, which means like he has to give up his identity. You know, he has to give up being Klingon and become human. You know,
that's a really interesting fact. That's got me on something now.
because like think about it. Okay, they're saying there's a rumor out there, and they're like, in the first two episodes of Discovery, Burnham gave Vok a wound on the eye. Remember that when she kind of scratched his eye?
Yeah. Yeah.
Lieutenant Ash Tyler has a scar on his like left eye,
Ooh.
or is it
Okay.
right eye? I'm not
Makes
sure.
complete sense.
So we're just saying, oh, it could be him, So like, yeah, that would be a twist if he's actually Vok. He's like the first Klingon spy.
Yeah. That would be
So
interesting.
yeah, and also, the guy who played Lieutenant Ash Tyler, the actor who played Shazad Latif, originally he was supposed to be a Klingon, but then they changed his role to a Starfleet officer.
Ooh.
So we're saying, well, maybe that gives more evidence that he could be Vok. But that's just a rumor for now. So, but it is interesting.
Oh yeah, I was just looking at the cast of Star Trek Discovery, and one of the cast members was actually in. I think it was. Wait, what's his name? Chris Obi. I think I've seen Chris Obi. He played. Well, he was
Takuvma.
in. What?
He was Takuvma.
Yeah. He looks familiar in something else. Who's he in Star Trek Discovery?
Yeah. He was the Klingon leader, and Michael killed him, shot him in the back.
Oh yeah. He did. Oh man, he was awesome.
Yeah.
But then it was like, they had to kill him off.
So yeah, it was really good. The fourth episode was really good. They jumped using the tardigrade, and I thought they were going to keep it, but then in episode 5. Okay, so episode 5 was like a really good episode. I loved episode 5. It was like Lorca was on a ship. He got kidnapped. Well, no, he got he
kidnapped on the Klingon by the Klingons that took over the ship, and then they took him onto the prisoner ship, Klingon prisoner ship.
Yeah, the Klingons captured the ship, and then they killed the pilot. Remember that? That was like brutal. I'm like, oh shit. Like they stabbed him 2 times. They just gutted him or something, and like yikes, I mean that's something you would never see in your old Star Trek. But
yep.
and then the Klingon woman was like Lorca, and like and they just threw him in jail. And then that's where they meet hardcore Fenton, Harry for short.
Oh, I could not stand Harry. Don't get me started with Harry. He's like he's like a HR in friggin' The Flash. Back in the season. Yeah. Oh my god, I can't stand that Harry. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I swear, if Harry ever shows back up in Star Trek Discovery, which hoping he doesn't, man, please don't show that actor back in Star Trek Discovery. He was super annoying. Please don't show him back in Star Trek Discovery.
Did you see Harry Mudd in the original series clips I gave you?
I did. I saw the clip that you sent me. I was like, I don't know. He's an intriguing character, but not one of my favorites. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I remember seeing Harry Mudd in the '60s, a TOS thing that I sent you, and see, growing up in the '90s. The villains, right? The villains were villainy. They were going, like, for example, when you watch James Bond or you watch Power Rangers or you can watch Sailor Moon, Power Rangers, pretty much anything in the 90s. And the villains, they're gonna kill you. They're not gonna talk to you. They're gonna kill you.
Yeah.
But then when you go backwards in time, it starts to change a little bit. Like the villains are more talky, Harry Mudd, for example. How was he a villain? In the original series, I've never seen Harry Mudd pick up a phaser or shoot somebody. So he wasn't a villain at all. He was like an annoyance. And I'm just like, okay, but I like the character. Eventually I got used to it.
Yeah.
And I like the character. But I like the one.
Don't get me wrong. He was like an interesting character, but like when he sold those two Starfleet guys on the ship, on the Klingon prisoner ship, I was like, really, why would you sell them out? I know it's like all survival and stuff for him, but it's like, really, like you could have all worked together to try and work your way out of there. It's like, douchebag. What a douchebag.
Yeah. The Klingons come in and they say, choose your pain.
And then he points at the Starfleet guy. It's like, really?
Yeah, you can either accept the beating yourself, or you can pass it on to one of your cellmates, and that's how they prevent you from bonding.
Mm-hmm.
And see, this guy is kind of like, he's a survivalist, and he'd rather give you his beating and survive himself. So, I mean, these Klingons, I like these Klingons. They're ruthless. They're
super uber dark. Like, I have to say, these ones from the old previous Klingons, I prefer these Klingons more than the old previous Klingons. Don't get me wrong, the old previous Klingons were okay, but these Klingons are more ruthless, more brutal, which is amazing, and they have like awesome kind of effects to them in a way. It's just so incredible, which is amazing how they turned these Klingons from the old days to more ruthless in a way, which is fantastic.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, the old Klingons, they were not ruthless at all. They were like, kind of like, they were badass, but they weren't like this. So, yeah, so they weren't as fun. But now, yeah, these new Klingons are for like a new audience, and awesome. Thank God for that. And I loved it. I mean, these Klingons are so ruthless. I mean, did you see that? They killed that guy.
I know,
they beat him up, and they snapped his neck.
Yeah.
They just stepped on his head, and they just broke his neck. I'm like, holy shit. Did that just happen? Like, whoa.
I have to say, even though like episode 5 was like a kind of like brutal and dark episode, I hated the scene at the end, like the emotional scene at the end when they had to let the tardigrade go because they were like torturing it. That was the saddest, most horrible scene ever, because they could have kept it in a way. They could have kept it to probably, I don't know. It would have still stayed alive, but they could have used it for something better in a way. But then they had to get rid of it because it lost heaps of water, and it was just dying out. It was completely dying out, and they had to get rid of it. And that was the most saddest scene ever. I'm like, really?
Exactly. Like when they used it for the second time, and then all of a sudden they walked in and the tardigrade was shrinking and it lost all its water. I thought I was going to die. I was like crying because I didn't want it to die. It was so emotional. But then we found out it was only in survival mode. So I was like, okay, thank God it didn't die. But then when they released it, I was like, oh no.
I do have to say though, like that Stardom guy who put the creature's DNA into himself, he was so brave, like super uber brave. Like he's probably my third favorite in Star Trek Discovery. He probably is. Like I think that the creature is connected to him in a way, even still, even though they got rid of the creature. I think the creature is connected to him now he has the creature's DNA in himself, and I think it's still in him, and it's turning him into something. It's probably turning him into that creature himself, or into a mutated something himself.
Yeah, like that's an interesting idea. Like he's connected with the tardigrade, like Burnham is connected with Sarek through the Katra. That would be interesting.
Because you know how he had that evil look in himself in the very end of that episode, and he was like looking into the mirror, and then he turned around and he had a smile on his face. I was like, yeah, something's definitely wrong with him. And even though you don't know what exactly is wrong with him yet, I think it will be explained in an episode to come. So I'm really intrigued to see where that goes, and what happens with him. So who knows?
Yeah, just like a rumor, they're going to explore the mirror universe. I love the mirror universe. If you don't know what the mirror universe is, it's like a dark universe where everything is the opposite. Everyone good is evil. So there's no
like
federation.
A parallel universe in a way.
Yeah, in this dark mirror parallel universe, the Federation is a Terran empire, and they don't make peace. They conquer planets. So I'm like, oh my god, could this be like this is a hint to the mirror universe? They're going to go into mirror universe episodes soon.
What episode is that going to be? Or is it going to be? Is it going to be a two-parter?
They did several episodes. It's going to be like an arc, so I'm thinking maybe the second half of season 1.
Okay, that would be cool. Or
so, yeah.
or I have a feeling they would connect it to the mid-season finale. So like the mid-season finale, episode 9, I'm pretty sure, kicks it off, and then it leads on to the second half.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it makes sense because the mid-season finale they do a cliffhanger. They end up in the mirror universe somehow, and then that would make complete sense if they do it in episode 9. Boom, and then we have to wait until January until it comes back, and then boom, mirror universe for the fans.
Yeah, definitely. So it's the mirror universe is great, and I can't wait. And if you watch Enterprise, Enterprise did a lot of tweaking with canon. But it kind of created a new timeline because of the temporal Cold War and all that time travel. So a new canon, a new timeline was created. And in Enterprise, if you watch In a Mirror Darkly, the Terran Empire got their hands on the USS Defiant from the original series.
Yeah.
And did you watch that episode, right?
I have seen that episode, yes.
It was really good. It was so good. So now they have technology that's 100 years ahead of the Prime universe. So the mirror universe can be a very significant threat now because they have like technologies like 100 years beyond what we have, what they have. So that could be a big threat, and I really hope this leads into a spin-off in that universe. I kind of hope so because originally
that would be cool. That would
originally, be cool. Yeah. Because originally, In a Mirror Darkly was so good, they were going to do a spin-off in that universe. But Enterprise was canceled, so they didn't want to do it anymore. And which was sad. So, yeah. So episode 5 was just a really great episode, and the Klingons were ruthless, and they were. And I liked the Klingon in episode 6 too. When Are you speaking of that Klingon at the very end who was on the projector screen thing? Yeah, I like that guy. He's like the leader of the big house, and he's gonna unite all the houses and stuff. And the episode is called episode 6 called Leith or Lethe or
like that.
Life. Yeah, if you so I understand that Leith or Lethe was a river in Greek mythology. It was a river in Greek mythology. It was like in Hades or in Tartarus, and Tartarus is like the Greek version of hell. So, like in Greek mythology, Tartarus was like hell, and Hades was like Satan. And there was a river running through Tartarus, and it was called Lethe. So they named the episode after that. And I like the way the episode started off. Like we see Vulcan, right? Remember Vulcan? We see Vulcan, and it looks beautiful. I mean, like what they can do with special effects nowadays. I mean, okay, so
the home planet of Vulcan looked truly amazing in this than the back in the old days with Vulcan.
Definitely, because in the old days it was just desert.
Yeah, and it looked amazing, like truly amazing. Like I have to applaud them on how good the effects are in Star Trek Discovery. The effects so far, truly amazing. The art, amazing. Well done, brilliant. Man, Star Trek Discovery is going all the way so far, and I can see more inspiring episodes to come. Really, like legit. Really, like I mean legit. Star Trek Discovery has a hole in my heart, and it is truly amazing. It really is. Like some of the like the old Star Treks I haven't seen at all, but like when old Star Trek series episodes pop into my TV, I'm like, I don't know that like the old Star Trek TV shows, but this new Star Trek era is so amazing. Star Trek Discovery is so truly amazing, and yes, I'm saying truly amazing because it is far out amazing, and this is what Star Trek we need for us fans. So there we go.
It's a new Star Trek for new fans.
Live long and prosper.
So, anyways, like in episode 6 starts off with Vulcan and Sarek is on a mission. You know, like I guess he was invited by a bunch of Klingons for a peace conference, but then later on we find out it was a trap.
Yeah.
Because Klingons, these Klingons are not honorable, and screw honor. The honor garbage was created by Roddenberry to make the Klingons, like more peaceful and less warlike for next generation. And I'm just like, you know what, screw that. That's stupid. But now the Klingons are back on track, and it's great. Like the Vulcans invited Sarek to a peace conference. No, the Klingons invited Sarek to a peace conference to talk peace, and then there was this Vulcan that came with Sarek. But then we find out that this Vulcan, he's like a logic extremist. He's a part of a terrorist organization. He's like a suicide bomber, and like Al Qaeda or something. So what he does is like when they're at warp, and like the ship is going super super fast, and this guy injects himself with some weird shit, and then all of a sudden he starts glowing, and the glow spreads all over the place.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Then he does the Vulcan hand symbol, and then Sarek puts up a force field. But then he blows up. The guy blows up. I'm like, that's badass, man. It's so badass. Holy shit. The guy just blew himself up. Like, holy crap. That guy's definitely in hell, man. That guy definitely went to hell.
Or you went to Klingon hell.
Yeah, he's in Tartarus right now. Now he's in Tartarus. And, he's great. And then, like after the explosion, the ship went out of warp, and then the episode starts, and Michael Burnham is running with Tilly, and she's like helping her train or something
to become captain. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I like this. They name drop the Constitution class Enterprise. I like that, the Constitution class and the Enterprise.
Yeah, they do too.
Again, I don't understand. Why do you want to go on the Enterprise when this ship is the most advanced ship in the fleet? That's weird. So, anyways,
I do have to say about this episode. This episode was truly awesome because how like the mind thing happened, like with Sarek happened, and then like Michael was trying to get him out of his own mind to heal him, and it was just so amazing how Michael was trying to get Sarek to get out of his mind and heal him, and how he wouldn't want to go. And it's just like, why wouldn't you want to leave your own mind, and why wouldn't you want to be healed?
Yeah.
When you're injured, it's like it makes no sense. And I love how you get a mention of Spock in this episode. It was awesome how you get a mention of Spock, how he's like half human, how Spock's half human, and basically, what's her name? Michael gets rejected, and Sarek tells her this, and she kind of thanks him in a way, which is so truly inspiring what Michael did in this episode. She thanked Sarek for rejecting her in a way. So yeah, that was incredible. Like, why would you thank someone for rejecting you in a way? So Daniel,
Exactly.
yeah,
So it was like, yeah, it was like when like also it's like the holodeck scene. I know people complaining, well, how are holodecks in this because they didn't have holodeck until the next generation era.
it's called
But like,
it's
like
called the new ship. That's why.
yeah, it's like yeah. They were like, well, there wasn't there wasn't holodecks until the next generation era. This was like 100 years before. So how are your holodecks? But like this could have been like a top secret ship,
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
like okay, like for example, how there's the government and there's like secret branches of the government that we don't know about. That could be with Starfleet. There could be the Starfleet that we know, and then stuff that we don't know. I mean, for example, like I hear like the New World Order or like the secret organizations in the government, they have like technology that's like 40, 50 years ahead of us that we have today.
I do have to ask you something, by the way, Daniel.
Yeah.
What how Kat, that I think that's what her name is. Remember Kat? How she said that she's going to expose Lorca.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I was like, whoa, like yeah, and like speaking of Kat, wow, Lorca just he went to bed with her, like yeah, he's a boss, man. He went to bed with her. That's so cool, and like yeah, he had some fun with her, and that was kind of like he's like yeah, he's a player, man. That captain is a player. He's a player, and so anyways, like yeah, they're in the holodeck, they're training. And Lieutenant Ash Tyler, he gets like 86 kills and stuff, and that is so cool. And anyways, Burnham, Tilly, and Ash Tyler meet in the rec. They meet in the food room, whatever it's called, like the I don't know what's it called. Anyways, they're eating, they're talking and stuff, and all of a sudden she goes into shock and she sees Sarek. Anyways, the episode was really great. All we know, so anyways, last thoughts, I thought it was great. And I just love the Klingons. They totally betrayed like everybody. Like they killed the Starfleet people. Like when the Admiral went to talk with the Klingons on a neutral planet, I just loved it. The Klingons betrayed everybody and killed everybody and captured the Admiral. I thought it was great. All in all, this episode was great. I give it a 10 out of 10. I love these Klingons. I love everything about this discovery. And if the old Trek fans don't, well, you can always go and watch your old Trek. But this is a new Trek, and I hope it'll spin off into its own things. Yeah. I would rate episode 4 and 5 probably 4. I would rate it a 9 out of 10, and 5 a 10 out of 10, along with this one, this episode 6. Episode 7 will be a time loop episode, and guess who's coming back? Harry Mudd. Yeah, Harry Mudd is coming
really?
back.
No, don't tell me he's coming back, really?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he'll be back, or maybe this is like an illusion. I don't know.
Seriously, if they bring him back in the next episode, oh my gosh, why? He's like a HR in freaking Flash. No, don't bring Harry back. Or I'll be complaining. Or I'll be complaining to Discovery. Seriously.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah, this show is going to be so good, and we have the Mirror Universe to look forward to, and there are rumors that the show will have a multi-universe plot, which they go to different universes all the time. and they don't even know it, but they find out that they're going every time they jump, they go to a different universe, and that universe is like slightly different, but very much the same. And eventually, that's how they're going to go back to the original timeline, the original universe. I
Hell
predict,
yeah. Cannot wait for that. The Mirror Universe episodes.
yeah, definitely. The mirror
Yeah.
universe is great.
Bring on the Mirror Universe. Yeah. Well, we have
And
the cast now of the Daniel Star Trek cast. Daniel, you want to end this off?
oh yeah, definitely. So, anyways, guys, keep on watching Star Trek Discovery. It's only getting better and better and better. And yeah, definitely.
Live long and
Uh,
prosper.
yeah, live long and prosper.
Bye for now.